So a while back, a person came to me one day and said, Imam, you would not believe what happened to me yesterday. So I said, please do enlighten me. He said, yesterday I left the mosque and I was about to embark on my journey home. So a taxi stopped and I was about to get into the taxi, but just at the very last moment, something inside me said that I should not enter this taxi. There was a voice that just said to me that, you know what, instead of taking a taxi home, why don't you just walk? You don't live too far, it's just around the corner. Stretch your legs for a bit, and you can, instead of taking a ride home, you can, make your way home using your two legs. So he said, I did like this. Later that evening, when I got home and I turned on the news, I saw that the same taxi that I was about to get into ended up in a huge accident with a truck, and all the participants of the taxi eventually died. And to me, this was something so amazing, because it was like that little voice inside me that just said, you know what, don't do this, do this. Have you ever known something deep down inside you, but you did not know how you knew it? It might be a feeling that lets you know that you shouldn't be in a relationship with a certain person, or that one of the jobs you were considering accepting is not something which might be good for you, or simply not taking a particular route on your journey home. When you have these thoughts and feelings, it is your intuition speaking to you. When you experience these moments, you don't need other people to validate it. It doesn't even need to make sense in your mind. You just know that you're making the right decision by trusting your guts. As human beings, we all have that inner voice, that little voice in our hearts and in our minds that tends to guide us from time to time. Sometimes we listen, and sometimes we ignore. Some people are able to hear that voice a lot louder and clearer than others. That little voice is known as intuition. Intuition, or often referred to as a gut feeling or an inner voice, is a very powerful tool that we all possess. It is the ability to understand or know something instinctively without the need for conscious reasoning. And by learning to trust and to rely on your intuition, you can tap into a wealth of wisdom and make choices that align with your true self. So this morning, I want to impress upon you the importance of trusting your intuition from time to time. Learn how it can positively impact your life and what can be done to develop your intuition so that it becomes a stronger force in your life. First and foremost, trusting your intuition allows you to access a deeper level of self-awareness. Sometimes that voice just says to you, do this or don't do this. And in our fast-paced and information-driven world, we often rely heavily on external sources for guidance or decision-making. However, your internal voice or your intuition offers a unique and personal perspective that is somehow rooted in your own experiences, your own emotions, and your own values. So by tuning in and listening to your intuition, you can gain valuable insights into your true self, your true desires, your true passions, and of course your purpose here upon the face of the earth. It helps you to understand yourself on a more profound level, and it pushes you to make choices that are authentic and that are aligned with your innermost self. Trusting your intuition also enables you to navigate through uncertainty and complexity. There are many times in life when the rational mind may be unable to provide clear answers, or when the available information in front of you is insufficient. In those situations, your intuition serves as a reliable guide, offering to you a sense of direction and clarity. It can help you to make decisions with confidence, even when the logical analysis may seem inconclusive. And by trusting your intuition, you tap into a well of knowledge that transcends the limitations of your conscious thoughts. Moreover, your intuition acts as an early warning system, in most cases alerting you to potential risks, to potential dangers, or even alerting you to great opportunities which are right there in front of you. And if you have ever had that, inner voice within you pushing you in a particular direction, well, that right there is your intuition at work, and nudging you to pay attention, to consider the situation at hand a little more carefully. Trusting your intuition also fosters creativity and innovation. It pushes you in a direction that will help you to become a better version of yourself. But the big question is, how do you develop that inner voice? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, mentioned in one of his traditions that you should fear the intuition of a believer. Why? Because he sees with the light of the Almighty. This tradition tells us and gives us a very important point. It sheds light on the fact that there is a spiritual element attached to your intuition. It is almost as though you are being guided by the Almighty Himself. That in itself means that for that voice to become stronger, for your intuition to be able to speak out to you, and for you to be able to hear that voice a lot louder, you must work on your spiritual connection with your Creator. The more you become connected with the Creator, the more you can hear the voice of intuition within your heart and within your mind, guiding you in the right direction. Sometimes we go through a period where we tend to not have a connection with the Almighty. In those situations, we also tend not to hear that inner voice within ourselves. But if we are able to build on that connection with the Almighty, and we're able to come closer to Him, for some reason we are now able to hear that voice that comes from within a lot louder in our lives. So in conclusion, trusting your intuition is a very powerful tool that can enhance your decision making and your overall well-being. By listening to that inner voice, you again access a deeper level of self-awareness. You're able to navigate uncertainty with confidence, and you're able to also safeguard yourself and to identify potential risks and foster creative thinking. And remember, your intuition is a reflection of your connection with the Almighty. So be sure to always cultivate that connection with the Almighty, so that Almighty Allah can guide your footsteps to that which is good. So as you go through life, always take time to cultivate the practice of trusting your intuition, developing your intuitive abilities, and allowing your inner wisdom to guide you on your journey through life. And if you can do this, and if you can remain grounded and connected to the Almighty, you can rest assured that He will always guide you to that which is good in this world as well as in the life of the hereafter.